Herzlich willkommen heute bei der Preisverleihung des Schneelöwen 2025. Bitte begrüßen Sie unseren Ehrengast, den internationalen Vorsitzenden der International Campaign for Tibet, Mr. Richard Gere.
Of course, thank you for welcoming me here. I feel like I'm among some other good-hearted troublemakers out there. It's like several hundred good-hearted troublemakers right now. It's good to be a troublemaker in this world. That's the best job we can have, is to think for ourselves and speak truth with a good heart. We're here today to say some really special, nice, and warm things about our awardees here. Schneelöwe2025, who I met recently, and is really one of those extraordinary people who are doing something radically different than anyone else in the Tibetan community, has really reached out of his home in a way to reach across centuries to bring the Tibetans into a new world, and we'll talk about that more later. And my old friend Sophie Richardson, who is one of the longtime champions of good heart and of skill and of real compassion in the world. She just doesn't talk about it. She's out there doing it and has done it for about a century now, is it not? Yeah. The motto of this award, the Snow Lion Award, is "May your good deeds forever be of benefit to all living beings." I think His Holiness would be very happy with that. Now, the particulars of this is the award honors individuals and organizations that demonstrate civil courage. Courage, which is pretty lacking these days, isn't it? Just courage. Engage in civil society or political activism and stand up for human rights and democracy in an extraordinary manner, or promote the preservation of their threatened culture. Courage, creativity, resilience, and skill. It's very important for all of us to remember skill. The ability to do this. You take a good heart and you find a way skillfully to bring it into the world. Not easy. These two awardees are role models to both their cultures, actually. And a model for what? For what is possible. For what each of us, maybe in our hearts, wish to do, have to find in ourselves the ability to do, but then actually do it. And these are two people who actually done it, made a life out of it. You see this group out here. This is a powerful group of people, but we have to learn to work together. And in community, meaning community, we can radically change the world. Thank you. You know, Tibet has been the forefront of that. Is how do you have a mission which is based on peace, nonviolence, acceptance, inclusion. How do you turn that into a mechanism of change? And I think the Tibetan paradigm and the Tibetan community that's evolved over these years has been in the forefront of how do you do that? An exile community, you know, the images we have of His Holiness going into exile in 1959, making his way to India. And he said, I didn't have a friend in the world at that point. And then His Holiness looked at us and through us, and he said, now I have friends everywhere. And I think that's what the Tibetans have done, just the purity of their hearts, purity of their motivation. They have friends everywhere. But we have to keep committing ourselves to that feeling. Wow, that vision is real. And we can make it happen. We can make it happen. But I really am so happy to be here and shine a light on what Tibetan culture inspires us to do. This one more thing it has been occurring to me. The Tibetans and the Tibetan Buddhist hierarchy were considered the religious teachers of all the cultures of Asia. And since they've gone into exile, I see no reason why they can't be the spiritual class for the entire world. That purity of vision that we're all in this together, and to remind us of that over and over again when the bad guy's saying, that's not true. You're separate, you're good, you're bad, you're dark, you're one of us, you're not one of us. But to keep remembering, we're all in this together. And that's why we're here to support this Tibetan possibility, the dream that we're all going to make happen. So with that, we're going to be hearing from Sophie and Geshe-la, and they've made lives around that. So thank you all very much.
Dear Richard, thank you very much for your words and for your forever contribution to this just case. Thank you very much for that. Liebe Tinle Chukyi als Repräsentanten seiner Heiligkeit, liebe Tensho Gyatso, liebe Sabine Bömmer, lieber großartiger Kai Müller, dir ein herzliches Dankeschön für dieses Event. Ich sage, liebe Freunde, vor genau 75 Jahren, am 24. Oktober 1950, marschierte Chinas Armee brutal in Tibet ein. Just am 5. Jahrestag, am 5. Gründungstag der Vereinten Nationen 1950. Und wir alle müssen zur Kenntnis nehmen, dass heute, im 80. Jahr der Geltung der Allgemeinen Erklärung der Menschenrechte, die Zeit vor 1945 in Gedanken und in Taten wieder zurückzukehren droht. Konkret die gewaltsame Ausbreitung von totalitären Ideologien stellt die Welt erneut vor eine globale Herausforderung. Das gilt nicht nur für die Ukraine, wo Putin die totale Vernichtung der Ukrainer als historische, kulturelle und europäische Nation als Ziel verfolgt. Das gilt nicht nur für China, das Millionen muslimischer Uiguren, tibetischen Buddhisten und auch immer mehr der auf 100 Millionen angewachsenen Christen den Kampf angesagt hat und die in Xinjiang und Tibet nicht einmal vor Genozid zurückschreckt. Das gilt auch für die Hamas, für die Hisbollah und den Iran, die wie damals die Nazis die Juden vom Erdboden vernichten wollen. Die offene Gesellschaft darf gegenüber den Feinden der Toleranz und ich ergänze der Menschenrechte keine Toleranz üben. Die Verteidiger der Menschenrechte müssen dieses Fundament entschlossen verteidigen. Und ja, es ist an der Zeit, endlich kämpferischer zu werden, aktiver zu werden, so wie Richard das eben gesagt hat. Es liegt in unserer Hand. Es ist an der Zeit, aktiver dafür zu kämpfen, dass wir auch noch 100 Jahre Erklärung der Menschenrechte begehen. Wir sind es denen schuldig, die auf uns setzen und auch uns selbst. Und damit komme ich zu Tibet, weil in Tibet geht es nicht allein um Tibet. Es geht um viel mehr. Es gibt eine einzigartige Kultur, eine einzigartige Zivilisation mit einzigartigen, jetzt kommt's, für die Menschheit wertvollen Beispiele, nicht allein für Tibet. Es ist antizivilisatorisch, kulturelles und religiöses Erbe zu zerstören. Es ist antizivilisatorisch, unschuldige Zivilisten aus anderen Kulturen zu verfolgen, die nichts anderes tun, als ihre eigene Religionsfreiheit auszuüben, die durch die Charta der Vereinten Nationen geschützt ist, die auch von Peking unterzeichnet wurde. Und man muss sich das vor Augen halten. Es grenzt doch an ein Wunder, dass es der Dalai Lama fast im Alleingang geschafft hat, Tibet auf der Tagesordnung der Weltpolitik zu halten. Was ist das für ein Wunder? Dieses kleine Land, ohne Waffen, aber mit einem starken Geist. Ich glaube fest daran, dass wir den Tag erleben werden, an dem die Religion, die Kultur, das Leben in Tibet und die Tibeter frei sein werden. Viele sogenannte Realisten erzählen den Gläubigen, den Idealisten, dass dies nur ein Traum sei, dass das absolut unrealistisch sei. Als Christ ist für mich klar, wir werden gewinnen, weil wir stärker sind. Und in diesem Sinne gratuliere ich den beiden beeindruckenden Preisträgern. Und ich möchte zu Ihnen und euch allen sagen, lasst uns weiterhin gemeinsam für dieses Wunder arbeiten, so wie der Dalai Lama es formuliert hat und tut. Er hat gesagt, mit ungebrochenem Optimismus für sein Volk. Lange lebe der Dalai Lama, es lebe Tibet.
Die Preisträgerin des Schneelöwen 2025 ist eine Frau, die nicht müde wird, Gesellschaft und Politik immer wieder zu mahnen. Der Menschenrechtspreis Schneelöwe 2025 geht an Sophie Richardson.
Dr. Sophie Richardson. Ihre Expertise ist tiefgreifend, ihr konstanter Einsatz für Menschenrechte unerschütterlich. Weltweit ist sie bekannt als führende Expertin für Chinas Politik. Unerschrocken setzt sie sich für die Rechte von Tibetern, Uiguren, Hongkongern und chinesischen Menschenrechtsverteidigern ein. Benennt Menschenrechtsverletzungen durch die chinesische Regierung und fordert die Weltgemeinschaft auf, nicht wegzuschauen. Mit Herz und Verstand für Freiheit und Gerechtigkeit einzutreten, das zeichnet Sophie Richardson aus.
It's such a great joy and an honor for me to be here with you tonight to celebrate someone whom I've admired for a long time, whom I've learned from, and who I can also call a dear friend. Dr. Sophie Richardson. Through her leadership at Human Rights Watch and beyond, Sophie has always spoken truth to power with courage and moral clarity. She does not shy away from exposing injustice, but at the same time, she will also listen deeply to see people not as statistics or cases, but as human beings deserving of dignity and freedom. Her determination has never depended on recognition or applause. It comes from something much deeper, a moral conviction that doing what is right matters, even when it is hard going, and even when it is a lonely task. Tibetans, as well as the larger community, trust her. And it is trust that's earned with hard work, consistency, humility, and also heart. So thank you, Tashitale, and congratulations, my dear friend.
Now it's official.
Deep breath.
Oh, distinguished colleagues and dear friends. I would like to first offer sincere congratulations to Geshe Lomsag Monlam, who has paid a high price for his beliefs, yet seemingly never wavered in his determination to share with the world innovative work that transcends language, technology, culture, and faith. I also want to thank Liao Yiwu, I can't believe I'm in the same room with you, for his advocacy and his artistry. It's an honor to be here with you. Many Tibetan friends and allies have taught me everything over the years. I want to thank Renee Xia, who is the founder and co-director of the Network of Chinese Human Rights Defenders, and my colleagues at that organization who exemplify the principled leadership and hard work in pursuit of human rights for all across China. To all of my ICT family members, We're going to see if I can do this without crying. To Board Chair Richard Gere, to Kai Müller, to Butang Tsering, Vincent Metten, and so many others, I'm so grateful for all of your lessons and all of our collaborations. To Tenchala especially, words failed me then, and words may fail me now. I first went to China at age 19 in August of 1989, just months after the Tiananmen massacre, and I was irrevocably changed at seeing people my own age have to sit day after day, hour after hour in political thought classes. I had come from a world that actively engaged me to debate ideas, to question authority, and to argue, and to participate in politics. And I left Kunming that year increasingly aware of the opportunities and indeed the obligations that my citizenship and my education afforded me. Tibetans have demonstrated breathtaking resilience, extraordinary, astonishing resilience in pursuit of basic human rights, the ability to live their identities, their faith, languages, culture, traditions, and livelihoods without fear. I'd like to take a bit of a note from the film last night and invoke the Dalai Lama's exhortation to address each other as brothers and sisters. And so I will simply say, brothers and sisters, thank you very much.
Wir kommen zu unserem zweiten Preisträger. Der Schneelöwe 2025 geht an einen Überzeugungstäter im besten Sinne des Wortes, an Geshe Lobsang Monlam.
Die tibetische Sprache und Kultur erhalten, das hat sich der tibetische Mönch und Wissenschaftler Geshe Lobsang Monlam zur Lebensaufgabe gemacht. Festhalten und weitergeben sein Motto, als er 2022 das erste große Wörterbuch in tibetischer Sprache veröffentlicht. Jahrelang hatte er mit seinem Team aus mehr als 135 Redakteuren daran gearbeitet. Ein Wörterbuch als Bollwerk gegen die Sinisierungspolitik der Kommunistischen Partei Chinas, die das Ziel hat, die tibetische Sprache, Kultur und Identität auszulöschen. Dharamsala 2023. Hier sorgt Monlam erneut für großes Aufsehen. Mit Hilfe von künstlicher Intelligenz hat er ein präzises Übersetzungsprogramm entwickelt. Tibetische Texte können so fehlerfrei ins Englische übersetzt werden. Sein aktuelles Projekt, den Dalai Lama mit Hilfe von KI unsterblich machen. Wenn wir es schaffen, den Dalai Lama zu erhalten, bewahren wir auch die Tibet-Bewegung. Davon ist Monlam überzeugt.
It is a profound honor to introduce the man whose life stands at the meeting point of two worlds, the sacred wisdom of ancient Tibet and the boundless possibilities of modern technology. A man whose journey reminds us that faith and innovations are not opposites. Born in 1976 in Ngaba, Tibet, young Dr. Monlam was ordained as a monk at the age of 12. At 17, guided by faith and an unshakable will, he crossed the mighty Himalayas on foot into exile. In India, he joined Serame Monastery in South India, where for nearly 2 decades he immersed himself in the deep ocean of Buddhist philosophy, eventually earning his Geshe degree. But destiny has something remarkable in store. In 2003, with a small amount of reward money, he bought his first refurbished computer. It was a moment that would change not only his life, but the digital destiny of the Tibetan language itself. With limited English and no formal training, he taught himself the language of coding. Dr. Monlam developed Tibetan fonts, keyboards, and tools that today empower millions of Tibetans and scholars around the world. His Monlam Grand Dictionary, which you have seen here, Monlam keyboard, and Monlam fonts used by nearly every Tibetan who types a single Tibetan words on a computer, have become the digital lifeline of a language once on the verge of technological extinction. Through monumental projects like the 223-volume Grand Tibetan Dictionary and the visionary Dalai Lama AI, he is ensuring that Tibet's voice continues to speak clearly, powerfully, and timelessly into the future. Thank you very much.
Hello, President-elect everyone. I wish to thank the organizer of the event, Mr. Rich Gear, Madam Tenju Janzo, and Mr. Kai Muller, and all the family of International Campaign for Tibet. I'm truly humbled to receive this award. I accept it to deep gratitude on behalf of all my colleagues. Something that once felt impossible, some people ask why we are doing this. For us, it is not because we wanted to build something powerful for competition. It is because we must find a way for our language and culture to survive in this changing world. For Tibetans, the technology is not luxury. It is a lifeline. But our work is not only for ourselves. Our wish is that what begins as a lifeline for Tibet, that may in time become a light for the whole world. We are only small communities in exile, at not more than 150,000 Tibetans. Together, we try to work on behalf of the 7 million Tibetans inside Tibet who do not have the freedom to do what we are doing here. For them and for generations to come, we must keep this work alive. Thank you all once again for the recognition, for belief in our work, and for standing with Tibet. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Ja, vielen herzlichen Dank. Ich möchte nur sagen, bitte bleiben Sie diesen Menschen gewogen, bleiben Sie diesen Anliegen gewogen, denn sie brauchen Unterstützung. Und ich hoffe, wir haben heute diesen Menschen etwas mehr Licht und etwas mehr Aufmerksamkeit, eigentlich viel mehr, als sie sonst haben in ihrem, denke ich, täglichen Wirken, haben wir ihnen verliehen. Ich danke Ihnen, dass Sie dabei waren. Bitte bleiben Sie uns gewogen. Auf Wiedersehen, auf bald.
Das war sie schon, die Preisverleihung Schneelöwe 2025. Schön, dass Sie alle da waren. Schönen Abend Ihnen allen.